There we go. I do believe we are live. So I'll say indeed and greetings unto you, beloved and holy friends. What a dear pleasure it is to have you here again on another beautiful day. One filled with so much splendor, so much hope, so much joy, so much thoughts. Stuff that I might have imagined, stuff that I hold in my mind. Good morning, Shao. It's nice having you here with me. Sending you love. This is what I'm looking at right now. Clouds are looking pretty ethereal. Very, very cool looking clouds. It's been motrening. It's when it's like very fine, misty rain. It's been falling all day. Usually doesn't rain like that here in South Africa, but climate change. The climate be changing. But it seems to be uh, thing that South Africa, or at least this part of South Africa, is enjoying. It's not complaining too much about it. I think we're lucky enough to not be in a ravine or something. Getting this thing to stand up by itself. There we go. Win. It's nice to have you here, Xiao. It's just me and you right now. This is nice. This is the last day that I'll be on the farm for a while. Tomorrow I will be somewhere else. I have my bare feet on the grass, grounding myself down to this space, knowing that there will be distance between me and it. We will be traveling a little bit. Wonder if there's a way for me to quickly calculate. Hey, Julian Barrios. I am telling us about the plans. Nice. Yep. This is probably gonna be not perfect because we're gonna be driving in the meantime as well. But if we were just gonna go straight to Naisna, straight back home again, which we're not, we're gonna drive on the coastline. It's gonna be 2,700 kilometers. So 6, 2,000 plus miles. I might have been overestimating with 3,000, but it could be. It could be 3,000 miles it will travel. So I am really, really cherishing just getting to be here right now. Getting to breathe, deep long breaths, getting to be present exactly where it is I am. Are you and the fam excited for the trip? I think so. Me and my sister have talked a little bit about it, Joe, and she definitely is excited as well. There's some parts of the trip that has been specifically catered for by her, for her. In other words, she asked for something and she will be getting it. And she asked me to join as well. So there will be ridiculous things happening in stream, I'm sure. I'm going to try and share as much of the ridiculousness with you, friends. Especially the beautiful moments that I can. I don't know exactly what my internet situation is going to be like, but I do believe I'll have reception. Is that Melita? Wow! What a pleasure. What a pleasure it is to see you here. I only have 42. I only have 42 days left here in South Africa, Melina. These are my last days in Africa, for a while at least. I don't know exactly how long I'll stay away for, but it's gonna be a bit. Melita, pleasureany? Pleasureany. Yeah, the pleasureany of it all. I'm excited. I'm excited to actually get to see a lot more of South Africa before I have to say goodbye for a while as well. Feels very aligned. Feels like everything is happening exactly the way it's supposed to. You know what I mean? How you doing? How's life been treating you? Every now and then when I do open Instagram, which is like maybe 3 times a month, I do see your posts, you music makings. How you doing? Tell us what you got up, what you got going on. It's nice to have you here with us right now on this Thursday. Last day here on the farm for a while. Think I'll only be back again close to New Year's. Hmm. I'm happy that I got to spend a proper moment with it yesterday as well with the friends. I've had a few gigs. Also organized an esoteric tea party event. That sounds fun. I'm not surprised that you're getting events. You do have that go get 'em attitude. A social butterfly. At least that's the way that I see you. And an esoteric tea party event sounds very interesting as well. What exactly does that entail? Esoteric tea party. I like that Joe is also like, huh? Hmm? Sounds like a hell of an experience, right? I want to know more. What does that mean? Maybe everybody gets a card on their little or under their little tea plate. Maybe they have little messages on those little tabs that hang on the tea bags, right? And then you pick yourself a tea bag, and then when you make your tea, there's like a card, tarot card, on it or something. You could do it digitally too. You can make them little QR codes, have people scan in, see their exact message. Yeah. I'm building with you, building with you, Melita. We had projections and music, workshops, art showcases, tarot segment, and a lecture accompanied with performance art. I set up four altars for the four elements, and different activities could be made there. The teas were picked intuitively, with closed eyes, just by smelling four different teas for the four different elements. You see, that sounds really cool. That sounds really fun. What a special thing that is that you created. Like I'm imagining more and more of these experiences being what it is we look for in our life. I had a few conversations yesterday, Melita, with friends that are on that journey as well, right? They might not do it in the exact same way, but in me sharing some of the hopes that I have to create these, let's add to your fractal of saying esoteric parties, right? They want to help. They want to be there for it as well. They want to be invited. They see the value in what it is we're creating, even if it's not as easily definable or marketable, and definitely not scalable. All right. I think that's the big thing. So much of our minds have been corrupted by thinking about scale, as the only important metric, right? Because scale is the thing that leads to you being able to make money. However, we only need so much as an individual. When a business becomes large enough that you have to pay hundreds of employees, now suddenly basically infinite amount of money is a boon. But if you're just taking care of yourself needs, you only need so much. Thinking about ways to get there, right? That's what we're doing. Yeah, I poured a lot of energy and time to set everything up and didn't charge for the entrance. That's extra wholesome. The capitalist in me is like, why? Why didn't you charge? Melita, the part of her that's like, I know, I get it, I know, I'm sorry, or whatever. Just the experience is incredibly valuable. It is. It is incredibly valuable, right? And I don't know if you invited them to reward you in other ways, right? If there was some sort of bartering system, gift exchange. But it is definitely a matter of how do we find balance, right? And I'm trying to learn from you right now in this moment. People shouldn't be paying for a chance to come back to themselves. That's extra wholesome. Jeeps. While it's something new, this type of exposure seems more organic. You are right on that as well. You know, I have another friend group as well, Melina, who are also doing things in this kind of world, you know, and they do charge for their services. And recently, I've been pretty much priced out of those services. And there is a little bit of a like a pit in the stomach, to say it in so many words, that arises with that being the case. I think the big thing that I'm thinking about the most is just being given spaces and resources to do that kind of thing, right? I don't know where it happened, if it was at your home or if you had some sort of event booked out, venue booked out. Big old group of Burbies just flew over me. There's so many Burbies in this environment. Maybe I should show you this fractal and see what I'm looking at. Talking about the Burbies. I'm sure you're gonna see big groups of them too. Get some mountain view a little bit in there too. It was in a big hall room, but I want to do these types of things in nature for sure. That is the finalized iteration of the dream, right? And I think the thing that's beautiful, Melina, and I think that's going to be your real work, is that as you hold these events, you will attract people. And as you properly connect with them, you will find people that can potentially help, right? Maybe you do get someone in the door that's in the city from out of town. You know, maybe they do have a little plot of land, a little farm, and then by chance you stumble into them, especially near the waters. I feel that there is a little river that is flowing through this property as well, but it's so far down. We are technically on the top of a slope that goes down all the way to that mountain. And like basically at the foot of that mountain, there is a little river that floweth. It floweth so much these days that it is destroying the bridges and stuff. We have been getting Gangbusters amount of waters. I still have my feet grounded into this grass underneath me. Yesterday's walk left me with a couple of scrapes and scratches. At one point, there was a thorn sticking out the side of my foot. Makes you appreciate how durable the human being is. We really do have the ability to regenerate, albeit slowly. I haven't really even talked properly about today's stream topic, have I? Today's stream topic is about the things you hold in your mind. How you can believe something, be convinced of it even. But all of that conviction, all of the evidence, all of the certainty, all of the patterns that were recognized are but only in your mind. You ever think about that? How much of your existence exists only in your mind? And if you notice that, sometimes, isn't it even more poignant for you to notice the fact that so much of what exists in your real life existed in your mind first, right? I do believe in manifestation. I don't believe in it in the way that I think if I just want something bad enough, it's going to eventually arrive. But I do believe in it in the way where if you keep showing up like it's already coming, kind of thing, right? Eventually it will. Or like you keep having to show up every single day with a certain certainty that there is something to continue towards. And then the things that you asked for, sometimes months, sometimes years, sometimes decade later, arrives. Sometimes it takes a long, long time. And I find that curious. Because I think that's the part of manifestation that is not well understood. That time seems to be the factor. And as soon as you have these grand expectations for something to happen in a certain period of time, right? That's usually when it can feel a little bit uh, hard to replicate, let's say. My mind is thinking about the whole observer effect. How much of my life is manifestation and how much of my life is right decision? How much of my life is careful consideration? And how much of my life is luck? Getting born at all is a pretty lucky act. The fact that this unique combination of my mom and my dad generated this form that I'm in. But is this form that I in something that I happened upon as a soul or something that I chose as it? I like to believe it's a choice. I feel like I have little bugs on me. There has been an influx, I'll say that, of bugs ever since it started raining so much more. The mosquitoes are really happy to eat me, and I have to calm my mind. Yeah. Good morning, Brittany. It's nice having you here with me. Sending you blessings. How you doing? Today we're talking about all the things that exist in our minds. How much of our life ends up becoming that existence, and how much of our outer existence existed in our mind first. Right. Realizing that it is all mind. Right. That's the Kabbalion perspective, I believe, as well. You forgot to mention the rest of your character sheet: high charisma, high intelligence, respectable dexterity. Thank you. I love that Joe is like, this makes me super happy, like getting this hype. You forgot to mention the rest. Yeah, I'm high charismas. Am I? I sometimes feel like I could be better. I had a few moments like this weekend, the weekend that had passed with the family, where I felt like I could command the attention of a bunch of people at the same time. But it felt a little bit frantic, at least to me. It felt like I was rapid fire trying to give as much interest informations as possible, as quickly as possible, which make it felt a little bit rehearsed. Maybe some of charisma is rehearsal as well, right? You have to know in a way what it is you're advocating for you to really have the full nuance. High intelligence, I'll take that one. It's very smart of me, of course, to take my compliments, especially the good ones. And then respectable dexterity. Yeah, she was not gonna say hi because I can be a little bit clumsy, a little bit. Uh, Zhao many times, you know, had like almost falling moments, and then she was like, "I'm the master of almost falling, but not actually falling." And I feel like I, for the most part, can be that way too. I don't think I've fallen much. I think the yoga definitely has helped, but recently my dexterity definitely did get a roll, and I clearly didn't have enough dice because I rolled like a, not a nat one. Is it nat one or just a one? I didn't get KO'd by my environment, but I definitely didn't roll good numbers. Still rolled some. Uh, I don't know if it was strength. Maybe it was actually like a dexterity roll as well. Not getting hurt even if you do fall. We got Hoopty here saying, "Hey Mel, I'm your anti-hypester. You can't be better, sir. Think you're confusing. Becoming with belonging." Yes. It checks out. I believe you, Hoopty, anti-hypester. I think the beautiful part to me is the fact that I can't be anti-hype though. There's so much hype that seeing someone else hype with me just makes me feel like I'm closer to them. Right? Where I'm like, oh, we're the same. We both hyping. I can hype. You're hyping. I'll hype with you. Anti-hype, I don't know if I can get behind. Right? It's like I'm more than willing to acknowledge that there is a lot, again, uncertain. I'm not sure, with absolute 100% certainty that the future is a better place. But I am sure that I'm here right now. And I am sure that I have at least a little bit of impact on those around me, on you friends, and on myself and my own process of growth going forward into this life. And I do enjoy taking a certain amount of responsibility for making things better, for getting something done when I know it's important. Last night, my mom didn't want to tell me. Like, I got the family some gifts, but all of them were still in their original packaging, to say it in so many words, right? And then without like telling me, like, hey, we're leaving tomorrow, you should wrap the gifts, she goes, do you have wrapping paper? Do you have any wrapping paper? And I go, no, but I'll probably use the stuff that's on the table. And I acknowledge that, oh yeah, we're leaving tomorrow, and we probably do want the gifts wrapped before we actually end up, getting in the vehicle. We'll still share the gifts with the rest of the family during Christmas Eve. And then today, I woke up, and then almost like it was purpose, I walked over and I wrapped those gifts. Used a little bit of the stickers that Joe printed me on them as well. And I feel this sense of I don't know if it's irony, if it's awareness manifesting as, you know, like a cosmic giggle, but how understanding how to engage with someone is something that's such a valuable skill. And I'm happy that I got it done because it will please my mom's planning as well. She'll be like, yeah, good, good that this is done. I'm happy about it. I'm happy that I got it wrapped before they were back home as well, so they can't see what's inside. Dad's back home. I don't know if you're gonna see him. Yeah, he's gonna come through here. The hicker. Father returns. No one can control the roll of a dice. Your Christmas as a baseline. +3 to your life dice rolls. Nice. Yes. That's exactly what's happening, Joe. I like that. +3 to all of my dice rolls. Extra rock. I'm gonna just keep rolling luck over and over again. Charisma. Hi, mate. Hey, Truly J. Hoops. Brittany. Hi, friends. Jay. Bless. What's the temperature? It's actually nice here right now. I'm guessing it's like 24 degrees Celsius. Let's see. Oh, no way. Is it actually just like straight up 24 degrees Celsius? Okay, 22. I mean, I was close. 22 degrees Celsius. The hottest it got was 26 today. That's nice. That's real nice. That's like the kind of temperature we like. To give it to you in freedom units, it is 71.6 Fahrenheit right now. Real nice temperature. Perfectio, actually. I feel so blessed that I get to spend this last day of a while on the farm in such good weather. All the funks. MeltMore has a chance to dance to Montagam. I'm not gonna dance to any Montagam ever again if I hear that name one more time. I hate you. I still don't care. Can we dance now? No. No! We dance on Wednesdays. We dance on Wednesdays. Part of me did think about dancing every single day. You know, maybe that's something we'll start doing next year. Could be a part of the schedule, right? I show up every day. I take some time to dance. I the biggest problem is just copywriting, right? Like that means that forever, every single one of my live streams will no longer be my property. Like it's still not really my property, really. But the companies that own the music will just be like, oh yeah, that's not ours. Yes, you were only dancing to 5 minutes for the 2 hour live stream that you did, but actually all 2 hours live stream you did is all our content. And if there is any economic value ever coming from it, that is also ours. Just so no, no, Linda. I'm pretty sure that that Montagam track even had my channel copyright strike. Well, not exactly copyright strike. They call it demonetizing the video. Yeah, there it is. You see? Yeah, Montagam content owners is called Antidote. The content type is audio, and my video can now no longer be monetized because of them. Great. Copyrighted content has been detected on your video. The visibility of your video is not impacted, but you can no longer monetize it. The copyright owner is now either monetizing it or is receiving analytics about it. This is not a copyright strike and does not affect your channel. Yeah, just they take they take everything. They're like, yeah, now this is ours now. All right. So for that alone, Montegem did that. Sure, it's like the company that owns that song, but again, they're piranhas, right? They're the bottom of the barrel fills. They'll take everything. Everything. That Montegem song is what? 1 minute 30 seconds. For a 1 minute 30 seconds, they have now disabled my ability to earn money with the content that I created. Right? And I choose not to monetize my videos, so you friends don't have to sit through ads. All right? But if I wanted to, I now literally can't because I listen to a minute and a half of music. Like that's the part that really grates my gears. Like I would have a stern word to say to whoever thought that was a good idea. Like yeah, my mind is like having the conversation with the person. It's like, can't you just have them use, or if there's any money to be made, let them take the money that was made during that part of the stream where that song was played, right? That seems fair. You know, that if you created economic value in my world with your music during that time, then it's yours or whatever. But no, no, I'm I'm just like unsalting myself a little bit. I saw the email. I see the email every time I start the next one before or after Wednesdays. Hello, Angelina. That song got stuck in my head yesterday, and wanted it, and I wanted it to pay me rent. Yeah, that's what they do. That's why Angelina likes it too, right? It's like that earworm, they say. Drive it into your mind a little bit. Looks like there's some thickened clouds coming as well. I feel like I'm ready. Hey, Nancy. Nice having you here with me, with us. It's Mr. McMurray. I don't know. Oh, look, McMurray. Hey, dude. I'm now seeing your messages. How you doing? I don't know if you're still here. If you are, let me know. What have you been creating in your mind? That's a part of the conversation today. The fact that so much of our lives exist in our minds, and so much of the things that we experience in our lives was in our minds first. I'm gonna say hi to Dad and get my tablet so I can show you friends a flower. Hallo, Paul. Welcome terug. Game. Thing live again. Of course it has to of course my internet has to die in the middle of me reading the poem. Of course. Why? Why wouldn't it? I'll freaking start over. I'll start over. Watch me. You think I think I wouldn't? I would. We're back. Universe trying to tweak me. Think you can skizz me? You're right. You think I'd skizz enough to give up? Big mistake. Hello! Can we see the flower too? I did show the flower. I did. But I assume that none of that has been visible this whole time and I've just been talking to myself. Just laying it on thick. We're going on how, yeah, I think that wouldn't make any sense. And happily show the flower again though. This is the flower that went alongside the ego poem. My hard eyes. Yay. Yay. Love is true. One of these days, I'll have good interwebers. One of them, I'm getting gross. Now I'm gonna do the whole thing again with even more style. Yeah. Hello. It's me, the ego. Yes, that one. The clipboard holder of your personality, the very serious intern in charge of your entire sense of self. I would like to begin by saying I did not ask for this job. I woke up one day inside a human body with mirrors everywhere and opinions arriving faster than I can update my story. Do you know how hard it is to maintain an identity on a spinning planet with changing lighting? I am responsible for one thing, for comparing, for quietly assuming everyone else to change in a very specific way for you to be happy. I am the voice that says if only things were different, then we could finally relax. I have been saying this for years. I notice things constantly. Hair, tone, status, timing. Did that laugh land? Was that cool? Were we cool? I am a surveillance system powered entirely by fear and a deep, sincere desire to belong. I specialize in small emergencies, a look, a comment, a shirt choice, an imagined judgment from someone who is also an ego having their own crisis in a different font. Please understand, I am not evil. I am enthusiastic. I want control because I think control is love with a better safety record. I want change because stillness feels like falling behind. I want certainty because I cannot survive on mystery alone. And yes, I absolutely believe that if everyone else behaved correctly, we would finally be at peace. I see now that they and that might have been optimistic. Sometimes I overhear you breathing, noticing, laughing at me gently. It's very unsettling because when you do that, I realize I am not the captain, I am the weather report. Loud, convincing, frequently wrong. Still I show up every day, putting on my little outfit of concerns, polishing your story, trying to keep you safe, with an outdated map and overactive alarms. So yes, I will panic. I will compare. I will demand applause and fear rejection from the same breath. It's what I do. But if you need a moment of peace, feel free to smile at me, wave, let me rant in the background like a podcast you forgot to turn off. I promise I will keep talking. I always do. And somehow, miraculously, you will still be here too. Thank you, friends. Thank you for being miraculous. Damn miraculous. Absolutely fantabulous. It's nice to have you friends here in this moment. Absorb, absorb with me all of this good stuff that this place holds for us. This tree is in bloom. I don't know if you've seen that, but look at that. Beautiful little white flowers. Look at them clouds, absolutely clouding. Yes, yes, they are doing it. There's some thickums coming from that side. There's a cat. What's up, meow? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's he saying? What's he saying, meow? I'll step on you, meow. Steppy, steppy. Step on my cat. Yeah, 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 cats. Don't touch them with your hand. They're disgusting. Instantly cleans my feet off the grass. I'm only half joking. I'm only a little bit, just a little bit of joking. We'll look at these a few more times. These these branches that had their lives flash before their eyes. The wind was intense. There's definitely wind arriving as we speak right now, friends. What a pleasure it was to have you hither again. It is now time for us to say goodbye for today. I appreciate you, friends, for joining me. I'll see you again soon, tomorrow. Thank you, dear friends, for being here in this moment. Till we do it again. Goodbye, everybody. Sending you love and blessings.